Good.
Yeah.
There it is. It's like the rain's gonna bypass me, so I don't like the rain. Morning.
Saw you in the newspaper, front page.
Oh, yeah. Slaving away. Hi, Chrissy. So it looks like that full county fund. Thank you. More about it. Morning, guys. Morning. Some of that, is all of that computers that are ours?
No, it all gets slid out.
Well, that's what I was kind of looking at. It just didn't seem to, because we've got one. Because it just looked like some of that was, because we asked for what we were expecting.
Well, I think she sent me everything, all the bills that she has.
Okay, well, for just us?
No, I think it's every bill that they have, because I think everything is broken out.
Everything's broken up, and then you look down here on page. No, there can be some. I thought I saw one thing in there for Jackson County. So how do we actually know what is ours, and why is, we go to the very last page, why is, why is our Muncie County for their computer network computer solutions? Why do they have to? Because they're a home county.
So that again,
The monthly service for the network computer solutions. Well, what's the county pays half what everybody else does?
maybe they have a large staff of computers.
They pay half, but we pay 121, they pay 60.
Oh, they may have it.
So I was gonna tell you that they are the home. It seems kind of weird.
That really shows the true, you don't want to know what's.
Unless they can explain it somehow. They asked for a report. And that's what they all sent me, but Julie also has 2 new reports in her office, so I think there's something we can get.
Okay, we'll figure it out. I appreciate it.
Should I count the days down?
Yes, so she's starting to stress.
You start with stress.
Has to be.
Why?
That's just her.
So all you gotta do is walk up there, say, I do, turn around, and walk out.
I told her, I said, everything's done, you got nothing to worry about.
There you go.
Mother has it under control.
Exactly. She's like, what if we forgot something? I said, it'll work out. No one will know.
Nobody will ever know.
Okay, the meeting on Wednesday. For the floodplain, what's that about? Yes, there's a meeting here on Wednesday, we're hosting for the floodplain day. So maybe that's,
That's news to me.
we got the email. Because I went ahead and said I'd come, so I'm sure it's a little hard.
Figure that's bad. Yeah, my air conditioner decided.
Oh.
We got one on 723. Since I took the invite, I don't know where. Thank you, Jackson County, for providing space. That's what I say, is that 40 maybe?
I've heard they just reserved them. It might be back 40.
That's what I say for FEMA floodplain.
Yeah, I figured it's what it was under half, was right here.
Your path, I don't know. Because it's from 10 a.m. to 11:30. How's Todd? Good. Good. You guys ready to hit the ground running? Run screaming out the door. Yeah.
I got it back to that too.
I was wondering if that. This be for sheriff's department?
It's the jail building.
Yeah.
It's
The
property.
jail building wants to do this.
No, this is somebody requesting a
Yeah,
variance.
so that's all
The
we-
jail is what the building is.
So then this should go to 10. Okay, so you want to complain about that or anything? Yeah, well, I should let them worry about that, because that wouldn't be anything that we would do. All right, at 9 o'clock, call the meeting to order with pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we have some housekeeping to work on real quick here. Yep, hang on. Thank you. I wrote that on my page. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as written.
So moved.
Second, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the agenda as written. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. So you got to keep me on my toes here.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to keep you on your toes here.
I'm not trying to myself.
All right. So what we have here first is an application for emergency lights and siren for the fire department in Point. And it's been approved by Pat and everybody else, so they're good with it.
Good morning.
Morning, Ellie. How are you?
So far, so good.
Good.
That could change.
This is true.
I think it's gonna be a good week.
Such a positive.
I think it's gonna be a good week. We'll see.
If it drops to the 80s, it'll be a good.
Yeah, oh, I'm over this week for sure.
And is this Glacial Hills just wanting money, or,
They're just requesting that.
and is this one of them that we normally,
We normally do 15.
okay. And that's a normal every year occurrence. Okay. And then I handed back to you, Christie, the letter from the city about a zoning variance. Just give that to the sheriff, and if they want to protest it or whatever they can, get more information. So.
Since the speed limit on Old 75 last summer.
As far as outside on the county,
Yeah.
that would be,
Right by the country club now.
I think it would be us, I think. That's our road.
Should be.
So I have gone a little bit. There's a lot of traffic and speeding and stuff going through there.
I could have.
It's at 45 mile an hour.
Yes.
I didn't know.
That's 45, that's normal. That's It's normal speed for the chip and seals or old time here.
Yes, sure.
I've not, that might be because this weekend there was 2 tournaments out there. They had the high school golf
That's what he's
tournament.
worried about, the country club and the kids and the school starts, there's more traffic out that direction now than there ever was.
I've really not seen more traffic out that way. And I go out that way, get fuel and go to the country club and everything else. Like I say, this weekend they did have 2 tournaments out there. So, and the weekend before they had a tournament. And this coming weekend they're going to have a tournament. So, yeah, there's going to be more traffic out when they have tournaments. But I don't see any excessive speed out that way. Most people are pretty cautious when they leave. So,
Say something to sheriff that you like a morning and stuff.
Yeah.
They take too much school was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wondered.
Yep.
Because I thought maybe.
Well, I'm saying,
I thought maybe it was
I'm not that way all the time.
55
No.
million and it's not, it's 45.
I'm not that way all the time, and I don't see any excessive.
Okay.
Real quick before Road and Bridge gets here, Todd, have you had any response back from any of the service yet? I would reach out to them one more time and then, because we're kind of coming up on a deadline for the contract. So, I mean, we only have so many days before it expires to give them something, and the way the budget is this year, I don't see how we can do an increase. We can't do an increase. I mean, that's all there is to it. So I would like to sit down and negotiate with them because I want to keep it here, and I think we're going to have to renegotiate. Otherwise, that 3% automatically goes into effect. So we got to watch that deadline on that.
So it come up fast.
Yeah. So I want to make sure. So somebody's keeping me on my toes here.
mentioned moving the meeting on Labor Day to the second.
Yes, yes.
I think there's issue whether I'll be there. Being opposed multiple times. So, yeah, it is actually. But anyway, so that's one of the dates
Okay.
that they, second day of setting, so it's just, gotta do it.
Okay.
They gave me my $59, so I should share it.
There you go. Morning. Good morning. Jump right in anytime you're ready.
I don't know if you guys got to see the letter that the young man sent for tearing up the road.
No.
It's kind of nice of him. Send confirmation back that he did wrong. So,
Very nice.
yep. That was pretty decent of them to respond back to this.
Pretty decent appearance to have you do
Yes.
that also. That's very good.
It spends at the end at cheap price.
Yes. Very, very much so.
Just side note here, John Strong, is having some surgery done here, so
Okay.
he's also got sick time, vacation time that we use, so from now until like last week, October, it'll be out.
Okay.
We've got some other individuals that have some vacation time that need to be used up between now and October, 24th, so it ranges from 4 hours up to 6 hours. So,
Okay.
we have people in and out, that's how it is. Storage fees, we talked about that for the week park down here. We had our directors meeting last Wednesday. And I talked to the counties that showed up, there's like 6 of them that showed out of the 20. And there's only 2 of them, those that actually do a storage fee and handling fee, which is actually the county and Belmont.
Okay.
And basically it's just their percentage, like we do 25% is what we do now. It's reduced down to 14%. That's what they kind of do. So again, it's a decision if you guys want us to do that. Again, like I said, maybe around $17,000 comes more back to the county each year. I would start that first next year. So,
And that would be passed, that $70,000 would be passed on to the customer?
no, the customer will be paying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Customer would be paying it, yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that. I think it'd probably be a good idea. I utilize your services too, so speaking for myself, I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
that's
saying.
I don't think that's a bad deal.
Let's do it.
Any motion or anything for that or not?
Yeah, I think it's just consensus.
Consensus, yeah.
Okay. I know over the years, sometimes we spray the brush along the road and bridges, you know, spray brush, spray stuff. What's your all's consensus? Do you want this to be spraying not only the noxious trees, but hit the brush and the bridges, spraying this chemicals?
I would say yes.
Jay sent me up to get some chemicals too the other day for some trees that they've been cutting down and things and spraying the bridges, and so him and I had a little discussion there on what he was wanting to get and what you're allowed to spray. So two of the things he was wanting to get, you're not supposed to be spraying on the roadsides. So hopefully we got that straightened out there. And talked to Matt again this morning about the same thing, so just to be careful we're not killing fish.
Sure.
Other things like that, so.
Well, now, when you're cutting down the trees, are you treating the stuff with Hordon, or?
That's what we normally do, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a squeeze bottle of Hordon?
Yes.
Can you get that through?
Yes,
Okay. Good, okay.
it's, and when we sell it to Kurt or to anybody else, it's at cost, there's not a cost share there
Sure.
for that, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, with no line set up here. If you're treating stuff, that's the best way to go, so.
The Allison Griffin, or Lisa Griffin, we talked about last week about the stop sign up there
Mhm.
on B and 178. I don't have an issue with that, if that's what you guys want to do, stop or yield, either one. I would put it on the B road going north and south. Looks like 178 is no traffic, than what B does.
Okay.
Again, I think that takes a resolution to do that.
Put the stop sign up itself.
It's,
Do you want a stop sign or do you want a yield sign? Which do you think would be more, which do you think would be better at that intersection? Let's have the travel. If we go by the standard code that you normally use.
you should probably do a stop sign.
Okay.
To be on the safe side.
Okay.
You don't want to work, but again, stop sign is cut and dry, you know.
Right. So, and here again, this is the first time I've had to do this, so do we have to, is there any structure that we have to follow, such as putting up a traffic counter or anything like that for a period of time? That's just, okay. So all we have to do is follow the standard code that we use and go from there. Okay, perfect. Then I could
We need a resolution.
yeah, we'll need a resolution. My preference is to put the stop sign in, probably.
I don't know if Darren's that, maybe. Okay. She wants to give it a shot.
Okay.
You got the location.
Yes,
She's good.
Yeah, she is. Did we get the other resolution done that we were doing for, that W, and is it 178 also up there? When we closed the road back in December?
I thought we did that.
For sure.
I thought
That
we
was
did.
one that was months ago.
Right. I didn't see anything. It's been the past couple of weeks that we talked about it.
anything on the motion? I've had the safety commission.
Definitely a road.
Right. We decided back in December to close it, and there's gonna be a resolution, and you said that you had one done. Tara didn't have information yet.
And I thought I remembered.
I thought that we'd done that.
I remember doing it, I remember right.
Signing
Well, I don't sign them before passed, so. Probably can't cut me.
That's at least, so we get her back there. Okay. Giant Communication came out and got the lines moved last Friday, so we're good to go there. We're not real pleased. Again, for a communication company, they are terrible about communicating. The line that they hung up there, we feel is going to be too low once we build that area up. Again, nobody talked to us about it. They could probably put another 5 foot higher on the poles that are there. I told Brandon the other day, I said, do your thing. I said, if you get it, tear it down, you get it, tear it down. You know, so we do need to talk to Ms. Foster down there. There's a couple branches we need to trim off those trees. Touch base with her before we do it. So, don't you want to
I can do that.
visit with her?
I can do that.
What do you think the distance is between the new roadbed and the line? Sort of road?
Height,
Yeah.
I'd say he's probably maybe 12 feet there now.
12 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the wire stream, the federal wire stream is 18 8.
Okay.
I think that's.
Yeah, you'd be like you're 12. And it's for,
Well, that's somebody.
it's not a power line, it's,
Well, but
You say
still, I mean, they gotta have a distance from the power line, but they still have minimum distance for anybody, I think. So it's like.
so, anyway, that's
Well,
where we are.
if it's that obvious, that's a real problem, because there's been a trucker, that has happened in Scranton, the trucker came, drove through there, got
Yeah.
the pipes, knocked the whole mess in.
And if we're building the roadbed up
We are.
even more, then that's not gonna work.
And like I said, the only reason I knew that they were out there Friday is because I happened to call him again. And he goes, oh, we'll be out there today, fix that.
Okay.
Communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got these new things, they're called phone.
Foster's Tree, there's just one up there, is there?
There's 2 right there, there's a couple branches that are coming out this way. We'd like to take care of them now, then come back later when they're bigger. And that's not where we are. Let's see. We got an email the other day from Brady Hedgeron with BG Consulting. There is a cost share program going on right now for some road things, but it's a 15% that we would have to come up with. They're maxed out at $1 million. You know, the max you could ask for, so didn't know if we want to pursue any of that.
When would that come about?
It wouldn't be until, the stuff has to be in here in the next 2 months, but it'd probably be like 26, 27.
So we wouldn't have to put out any money yet.
Not yet. We've got a couple that we're trying for right now that's 100%, haven't heard back on those. Didn't know if we want to mess with this, it's how the money situation will back.
Well, this year, I mean, it's totally out this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sit on the budget for the rest of the year. And next year, I don't see it improving. I can't say it, but I don't see it improving even.
That's what I won't spend time on it if we don't think that we would have the funds.
I don't think we're gonna have the funds to do it, especially considering all the other increases that we're gonna have to eat coming next year. With everything else, so, yeah,
Same thing.
unfortunately, I don't see it.
Okay. It's that time of year, we're getting the salt and sand bid ready to get sent out. We've got 3 that we normally deal with, that we're sending to. So I told Jen to have them back by September the 5th. And then we could open it up, I think it's on the 8th.
And that's already been budgeted, correct?
Yes, our salt and sand.
Okay.
It's for the 25, 26 year. Yeah, usually, half of it usually comes out of 25 and the other half comes out of 26.
Okay,
Right now, I think we got like 9, a little less than 10,000 in it.
yeah,
Account.
and we already, we got encumbered, that's unencumbered, yeah, we got $9,100 in there, so. Okay. All right,
Matt Samsar is supposed to be here tomorrow, visit with us and see if we get some things straightened out and lined out. And I not real pleased.
Yeah.
At the moment. So,
Yeah.
It's going on, let's figure it out.
Have they ever gotten between, G and them?
It's back and forth. He sits there and says, well, they're waiting on data from us to get to Jeannie, and I keep telling him, I says, we can't run those forms. The forms are not correct yet for us to be putting data in.
And that's with all the drop-down menus and everything like that,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And that's Sam Sarah's. Okay.
They created it. And I told Matt, I said, the forms that we worked on way back in September of last year is not working like what's there now. And he sent me a link the other day. He goes, well, here's a link on how to build forms and change forms. I don't want to build forms. I don't want to
Yeah,
change
that's
forms.
them.
That's it.
You need to do that for us. And
That was their deal. They were gonna do it, have drop-down menus with what we needed in there, for our 9 yards, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get some of that worked out tomorrow.
If we don't get it worked out soon, then I'm about ready to have Todd send a letter saying just reach contract with everything. I give back there and say, there you go, give some money back. I don't like what's going on. I don't like how long it's been. I don't like the runaround that we're getting. Because this was all supposed to be handled. When
Correct.
I visited with him at the conference last year.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and we've got nothing but lip service so far. So,
And like I said, in here in the past few months, it's very difficult to get a hold of them. You know, as far as always leave a message, send an email, leave a message, send an email. Sometimes they'll send an email back, sometimes they won't. So,
Is there anybody over top of him, or is he?
I don't know.
well, he's just a salesman, so he's got to be people over him.
The last few times that I have emailed, I included the engineer in the email because he's the one that does all the work. And it's the last few times I got back, he says, maybe we'll get Alex involved in this. He's the engineer. Get Alex involved in this and see if we can get it worked out. Still haven't heard nothing back from Alex.
You might pull that contract, Sam Sarah contract, and read it over and see what our options are if we don't get any kind of satisfaction within the next 30 days. I'm tired of this. It's ridiculous.
And as far as using the GPS system, I've used it twice to see where a couple graders were at, so I could go out and visit with them. And Bryson's used it a couple times. So, is it worth it, or could I just call on the phone and say, hey,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, unfortunately, what we're trying to do to help with people saying they haven't had their road graded in 4 months, and we can go back and look and see, okay, no, you had it graded last week, actually.
Right.
If that's, if that's all it's gonna be, then unfortunately, I think that, we might have to cut our losses and run, because I'm tired of this not working. So, okay.
Okay. All right, so that's all my stuff. Matt, they had a tube down on 270 between J4 and K they put in. J south of 214 they put a tube in. Ditching 106 H4 to H6. This week he's got two on E Road to replace. That one down there we went and looked at. It's an old concrete tube that's separating, and there was an extension put on at one time, and it's rotted, so they're just gonna rip the whole thing out and replace it. Shut the road down for about a day.
Okay.
Again, sometime this week, so.
Sure.
They'll contact sheriff's department, let them know, and school, so.
Okay.
That's gonna happen.
Great.
The holiday, we usually do a Thanksgiving and Christmas meal out here. Is Commissioner covering that like usual, or what we got with that?
I would say yes. Just we'll do it like normal.
Steak and lobster,
Yeah.
We're usually pretty mindful of that.
Yes.
That's all I had.
All right. I got a couple of roads for you. The one we talked about, I called you about on Friday. the 278 west 275, and to L, and then south to 270.
I think they're gonna get on 278.
Okay.
And it's at 270, I know probably it's 270 mark.
Then to L, the 278 was west from 75 to L, and then south to 270 is where he's hauling hay from. And then 150th, I got a call about 150th, and it looked like, I was just down there Saturday, it looked like they were working on it. East of 75 to View, been washing out the road pretty bad on there, and it looks like they went through and did some ditching and work down there, so it looked,
Down there on the-
yeah, so it looked good. I mean, it looked, what he started to do looked good, so we just need to keep it up on 150 and get that taken care of. And I had one more thing, when I was going over bills, I see where the asphalt mix that we use in the bags,
Yes,
we're buying it from United Renter for $20 a bag.
should be 1725.
I think it was $20 what I looked at earlier. Well, the bill I looked at, it might have been 17, but Menards is $10.
Different, it's not paid off, standard.
It's not KDOT approved.
Correct.
For chip and seal roads, it has to be KDOT approved. I mean, I'm just asking.
It's supposed to, when I talked to the guy at the Portland, which is KDOT guy, it said that it's KDOT approved is better, it lasts longer, sticks in the pothole longer and better. So, they're kind of well stuck with that.
I beg to differ on that because there is still asphalt patch out Dairy Queen parking lot that I put down 20 years ago that is still there. I know, yeah, no, I don't know, I went into that.
We used to buy it from Vance for $123 a bag, we went to United Rentals and got it for $19 a bag at one time, and then we went to Menards for, I think after the rebate is like less than like 10 something a bag.
Yeah, it's 10 something a bag.
Yeah, we did that, and then that's when they got back with us about the KDOT thing, and so we switched back to United Rentals. But I thought United was only like $17.25 a bag.
Yeah, that's twice the price of Menards almost, so, you know, plus you get your rebate back, so you can use it next time that you,
Right.
you know, I would look into that because like I said, and why we would have to worry about whether it's KDOT approved for chip and seal roads to patch. I don't understand that.
I just was told about, sticks better, stays better.
Sure,
But yeah, we can look back into it.
I'd check into that because I was gonna tell you there's a couple holes on, a couple of really holes starting on 158, potholes in the middle of the road, it's, east of 75. On that chip and seal there in the Dennison curve.
Where else?
That's it.
Is that-
Linda, you got anything? All right. So guys, have a good week.
People call.
There you go. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Did you get the report?
I did. I have it right.
Yeah, so I guess I was gonna talk about that too. Be very, very careful on budget. Don't spend anything
Yes.
other than what you need to. I mean, emergency breakdown, something like that.
Yeah, we talked about that this morning. Got with Jen also, and then 60,000 was set aside in the rock budget. She's gonna give me a list of how much rock we've done in year one so far, because that needs to be coming out of that 60,000 and not out of the other. So she's working on that.
All right, like I say, just tell Bryson to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Get parts, do it yourself, even if it takes a week longer. We can't be.
Well, it's like, we had some shovels come in the other day through the mail. Here's the mailman carrying these 7 boxes that are this long, and we had to go out and hold the door so I could get in with them. And ended up pricing down with the Amazon and nice heavy shovels. They're $4 cheaper than what ours was, plus we didn't have to go down, spend an hour down and back, gas, so.
Yeah.
It was a good deal.
All right.
Just not the mailman.
That's what he said. One question, Christie, on road machinery, we covered at $87,063. Remember what we said that didn't cover some other bills?
I think that was for, down on the second page, I think that was what we were saving for the grader that we want to purchase in, what, 2 years, 3 years, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
didn't
why,
want
I
to
think
cover
that's why
it,
you
I couldn't remember
covered
what
it.
it was for.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if that or to cover something.
I think when you talked, I think you said you were setting it back for the savings for the grader, that we're going to be purchasing here in a couple of years.
Right.
So,
I'll double check.
I'm pretty sure that's what you hold this time. All right,
Thank you.
well, I say tell the guys to be safe out there,
We are.
keep going.
There's gonna be a lot of ditch work, I think, going on here at the end of the year, since we don't have rock, so.
Yeah, well, the ditch work needs done, and what I've seen them working on is in several areas, several different operators. They're doing good. Now, I do want to make sure that we understand that the piles that we're putting up are going to be dispersed back on the road before winter, right?
Yeah.
So it starts raining, we're going to put them back.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the piles. Neither did I, that's why I said the piles.
Yeah. The, sales tax money, that is not included in this bottom line.
All right.
And can I get a printout of all the ones that have been for this year, because I don't have one in February,
Your funds
for the sales tax. Usually, I get one every month, and I don't have one on my record in February. So I think I have 358,000. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
You can get a good photo from the paper, send it my way.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Somebody needs to. That doesn't get you any closer to your murdering machine, you know. We're
I
going.
think it's one of those cool ones.
Surprise, surprise.
Here, Dean's coming at 9:45. Hey, Dean, come on up. What you got for us?
So, I don't know how I got stuck with this, but, the district, I think it's called a district expense in my budget for 2025. We are probably going to go over a little bit. That expenditure is used for court services mainly, some for the court reporters. It's really a district expense. To be honest with you, I don't really understand that budget real well. It's a line item in my budget, but you can probably tell more. I think Jeff County, we expend it through Jeff County and then they send us a bill and we reimburse them. Is that how that works?
Yes, they send us a quarterly bill.
And so certain things are like, for instance, judge elders and maybe the rest of the judges too, I'm not sure. Their membership fees, those will get like divided, they be paid out of that, but then divided by all 4 counties equally. Court services, we try to keep it proportioned out as to the offenders, but also the money going into that budget is also a percentage, so each county doesn't pay the same amount into that budget. At any rate, we're probably gonna be a little over. I can't say for certain how much, but I do believe I have the money in my budget to potentially cover what we're gonna be over. So I didn't know what, if anything, I needed to do to move money around, I guess.
That would be a question for the clerk.
So you have money in your budget already to cover.
I believe so, yes.
So just let that one in red.
Okay,
That'll give us an idea to look forward for the next 27 budget. What we might do.
okay,
Just run it in the red, but that fund, so we can.
okay. And then, I guess my next question and reason for coming to you is if for some reason it goes more than what we're perceiving, so coming from Mike, the chief CSO over in Pike County, he did some figures for me and he totaled what he believes will be the remainder of the year at $3,827.89. And then with the money I can cover, I think that may just leave us roughly like $100 to $150 short. That may also be in my budget, but it's one of those line items that I'm not sure of yet.
Sure.
So I guess I'm just coming to
So,
let
and
you
so
know.
the $3,800 would be just Jackson County share?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll cover it one way or another, so.
Okay.
We
We have made some changes. One of the reasons we went over, we were using a system called Repath. It's what court services would use with their offenders. Their offenders would put the Repath app on their cell phone. It's kind of a way they can monitor where they're at, what they're doing. Our court service officers didn't really feel like it was worth what it was costing us.
that was one of the expenses that's on there. I was gonna ask you about what that was.
Yeah, so they did do away with it as of, that contract ended the end of July.
Okay.
So, so the expenses that are still gonna be coming out are they repaired some computer equipment, we still have UA
Yeah.
dip kits and things like that, but Mike did the best he could do to see what that was gonna be coming into here. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem going forward, because the recap really was like a big part of the expense.
Yeah.
And we did do away with that, but
And I had one other question too. I was just, Jefferson County had sent Chrissy some stuff, she passed it on to us. Like, Network Computer Solutions is who you guys, all the court services use for their computers, right?
correct.
Why in the world do Jackson, Jefferson, and Pott pay $122.31, while Butsy only pays $61.15?
Because they only have one court service officer and one computer probably.
Well, let's share the welfare now, right? All right, if that's the case there, then I guess that explains that. So I guess okay. That answered the question. Well, like I say, that we'll have to come up with the money somewhere.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's probably in my budget, but it's in one of those line items, I can't say 100%
Sure.
yet. But I do think that the $1,800 of it I do have in my budget. I had budgeted $1,500 for the mental health guardian ad litem, and that's covered under the contract, and I didn't realize that was covered under the contract. So I'm gonna have that $1,500, and then I budgeted $300 for alcohol treatment. We're not paying for that anymore through ADSAP. And so there's $1,800 for sure
Okay.
that I know that I can use to cover that 1,800 plus some change that we're looking at possibly having. And there's probably more in my budget under some of the juvenile attorney fees and stuff, but yet don't really know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no, I
very-
understand that, and
So,
honestly, this is better news than I was expecting from the past years past, so.
yeah,
No, that's, and like I say, we'll cover it somehow.
Well, I think I did a little figure, with the income that you're bringing in, you should be able to cover it.
Okay.
It'll come out of county general, it'll come out of the, as you bring in income, and at the end of the year, I'll offset that to your funds.
from like the attorney reimbursement or whatever.
So you should,
And I'll get up on my soapbox again right now, because, you know, this is exactly what I was talking about with and Christie knows where I'm going with this. This is exactly what I was talking about with our revenue neutral budget. We've already taken a hit for $100,000 for just 2 items, and then, you know, just the little things add up, and unless you try to bring in a little bit more every year, it's just gonna snowball,
Sure.
and it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I was really hoping that 2025 was gonna be my year, and I was gonna be on
Hey,
track for
like I
budget,
said,
but-
I'm impressed with where you're going, because since I've been on the commission, it seems like it's a lot more than that, and that court service has been going over, so I'm impressed with what you did with your budget, I'm happy with that, so
Great.
keep it up.
Sounds great.
All right,
All right, that's all I got.
thanks, Andy, appreciate it.
That was easy. Or I should say painless.
All right, Todd, what you got for us today?
Well, a couple things. One, I think, Christie was the point here. You call Lisa, we're going to talk about tax sale. Kind of.
Chairman, can you come down? All right, thanks.
I was going to update some, still working on the tribal MOU and the roads and other stuff, because we had some things added on there last time, so try to, and I got sent 6 agreements you had from the past, and trying to sort all that out. The Department of Labor thing, I think I figured that out too.
For the unemployment?
Yeah, and I'm guessing that this is just the fact that their printout here doesn't let them go past the first 2 decimal points. Because once you actually calculate it out, it makes sense in the sense that, you do this equation and it comes out with the number. It's actually, it's not 0. That when you say 0.00, your brain goes, oh, it's 0. No, it's not actually 0.00. It's 0.002807. So it's a very small number, but then you got to take this factor of 1.46, which is it's adjustment factor for every county and every municipal organization.
Okay.
So that gets you up to probably what would be rounded up to 4.1 as a percent.
All right, so it makes more sense than 0 times whatever.
Yeah, and that was kind of what was tripping me up, and I think you guys too. So I think that's just tells you that they're doing it right and just not showing their work.
All right.
It's sin in my grade school math class.
Yeah.
You gotta show your work. Okay. Update stuff.
I was gonna say, I've got one that's got several crossed off.
Yeah. This is the latest, my calculations. Maybe here. Okay, why don't you put it on keys? So I think this is just two things here. Let's start with the second, third page has the spreadsheet that we've got a dozen different copies of. This would be the latest. But the long and short of it is that everybody has been served that can be served legitimately, meaning that they're locatable and can be found, and the rest are, because we did a publication notice, they've been noticed too. Just now I can represent the court that I've gone to the X length to get people who, rightfully had a wrong address or they whatever, was listed. We got it sorted out. So
what about this letter on front? Is that-
well, that's the next one. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, all right.
But, so what this sets up is that now I can file a journal entry with default. Because nobody has answered legally with a response except for people who have paid up, which is redemption, so they're off the list. So that's where those blanks are. Those are people who were listed initially and paid off their amount. So steps now are, I got the journal entry started to draft, I finalized that. I need final amounts that you guys have for make sure I've got the numbers right on the amounts.
I can do that, but there's 5 of them that have been paid. You need to mark off track 4.
Okay. On Collins.
Yes.
Okay.
And track 12 and 13.
Okay.
And track 20.
Yeah, that notices the list.
And then track 26.
Oh. That's good.
Puts it down to 16.
I guess that helped that I served them. I didn't catch a person there, so I felt like I was on track.
And you said track 20? We don't have track 20 shows as a blank on this one.
Because I took it, probably.
You already took it off?
Yeah, I just had,
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't have that.
Well,
list.
yeah.
I just have mine.
Okay.
that I had.
All right, perfect.
well, so now we'll remove those folks too, and all we need then, you guys, is your current tax due on the people who are left. And then I'm gonna divide up costs and put it all together and I have to figure out if the judge wants to have an actual hearing on this, or if he wants to, or to just sign a journal entry because it's on the record. Because everything in there has been filed. There were basically 3 responses. The one that you saw on the front page here is one of them. The other 2 were asking for more time, but they never formally answered or paid off, so they're done. And I don't know what, I just got this obviously last week or something, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now. This is one that was sent in, it looks like it was sent in to us, I don't know if it was sent in to court. But, I would put this as just a request. It's not, essentially the law is that the only real defense to this case for foreclosure is to pay it and redeem it. And that's it. So, but if anybody comes with, a request or something like this, I've got to talk to the client and tell you that this has been made. It appears that the owner who's listed in the tax, with the register deeds and with you guys is this Paul Horvath and Morningstar Management. He said he sold it to somebody who did not file the deed, and then one of them died, and apparently she was squatting on the premises. And
The individual, she texts at least 3 times a week asking when the tax sale is going to be, if we've got any more information on things. And she had said she had an uncle trying to help her, and we haven't received anything.
Yeah, I think this is one, if we had the last number on this one. What was it, 11,000?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's $11,386, so that's a pretty hefty sum to be behind on, so obviously my advice is just proceed, not grant this, but that is up to you guys.
So, explain to me for my educational purposes, because this is the first one I've dealt with. Explain the process to me as far as when these properties go on the tax sale. Sheriff's sale or whatever out here on the steps, and he brings up the first one. Do they start bidding off for the taxes, or how does this work? I'm not quite.
Well, that's, yeah, but maybe you should say.
The taxes do. I mean, well, we have an amount here, we just look at the taxes.
Right.
So it's,
And that's because you technically have a lien on the property that's the prior lien. Meaning, before anything else is paid on the property, your lien is first. So you're saying, when you bid that, you say, we are, Holbrook's case, you say, our bid is $11,586. That's what's taxed road and what the cost of the sale are. And that's our bid. Now, if somebody comes in and want to buy it, first rattle out of the box, they have to bid $11,000 more.
Yeah.
And then if they overbid us, we don't bid after that first one, right? They overbid us, then they pay the sheriff cash, right?
Okay.
And then we have an order, they'll get the title and we'll get the money. And they'll be current on taxes and they'll own the property, whoever overbid us. If we are the winning bid, we own the property.
Okay.
And that's basically the option.
So if somebody bids on it and bids $1 more than they can, and gets the property, completes the sale of the property. So you're saying that for the tax amount, then they own the property outright?
Yeah, outright with the deed from the sheriff. It'll be there with registered deeds that says, this person owns this property free and clear of all.
So then they go to whoever is in there and give them the eviction notice and send them out, or what? I mean, that's where I'm kind of confused at.
Yeah, they own the property, so presumably if there's somebody just squatting on it or whatever, they could have them removed maybe by an eviction or whatever civil process they have available to them. But that's up to them about the owner.
Right, the last tax, I came in last year and I asked if we could start at what the taxes were.
Right.
Because the last tax sale we did, we started it just at minimum bid, whatever anybody wanted to bid.
Okay.
We wiped all the taxes off so that we would sell them all. So now if we have any left, then, like in 6 months, we can put that up for sealed bids in the paper, right?
Yeah, if you own the property after that, selling it is up to the county as long as it's a legitimate process and, however you want to do it. Yeah.
Well, the reason I was asking that too is because I heard that somebody at the last tax sale bought, several properties for $1. And that didn't quite make sense.
It wasn't $1, but it's pretty cheap.
Okay.
Maybe they're saying, I paid the taxes and then I paid $1.
They didn't pay the taxes.
They didn't?
Yeah, no, that's what I understood.
The commissioners had decided that they had paid all the taxes off and we started minimum at whatever minimum bid.
What's the minimum bid?
Well, I mean,
$1.
I guess $1.
I mean, like I say, that's what I had understood. Somebody bought some property for $1 and it's like, holy crap.
Well, that's, okay, well, yeah, so you guys, so I'm clear, you guys are saying at the sale, we're bidding our liens.
Right, I think it's in
Well,
the
yeah.
minutes, I came in last year that we at least started what the taxes are owed.
Yeah,
I think that would be a smart thing to do.
that would have been my default part.
Otherwise, why have a tax sale?
Yeah, well,
Other than to try to get somebody to purchase it who's going to continue paying the
To get it back
taxes.
on the tax roll, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I think there's probably a case with small amounts, it's just a bare lot. But at this point, let's get it
Then when you do a for sale bid,
Yeah.
it's pretty much whatever you get and take it, go on.
That's fine. Or market it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for educating me on that.
Okay, well, that's kind of the status. Is any other questions? But I'll be getting you a journal entry check. Maybe is this, if you handed me one, has that got current numbers on it?
This was when we started. Do you want current number
Yeah. This
as
current-
of today?
As of today.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming that you've got everything in there till the end of the year, right? It's not going to increase
Let me.
until 2026.
I'll check. Can't remember.
So at what point do you set a date?
Yeah.
Well, it would be when the journal entry is entered, then we'd set the date, because we'd have to figure out when the publication is, because we do a final publication of the sale date, which would be, I think it has to be within, it's like within 30 days or 2 weeks, can't remember, of the publication. It's got to be, you see, there's a publication of the date, and it's got to be a certain amount before, but not too long, for the sheriff's sale. So until we get those dates figured out, we can't be for sure, but usually that's about 30 days from when we
And so if you estimated, do you think it'd be before the end of the year?
Oh, sure, yeah, that's my aim right now. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, we're all, I mean, as of, technically for you guys, I think by the law, day 1 of 2025, all taxes that are due for that year are due that day.
Right.
At least as far as, I mean, not, you don't make them pay that, but for our purposes, whatever is 2025 is on that number.
Okay.
And then 2026 is not relevant.
Let's see what happens if she has 2025 taxes they run in October.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's a payment date, that's not a tax date. Meaning, the day, I mean, by statute, if you are the owner of the property on day 1, January, you owe that no matter what, the whole year. Right? People by contract apportion, meaning when you sell a property, you say, I'm liable for this date, you're liable to half. That's a contract, that's not a liability issue. Right? So
you're saying that once the 2025 taxes are out there and printed,
Yep.
they will be responsible for the 2025 taxes also, whoever buys it?
Yep. I think those are owed. I think those are owed all. I mean, this comes from actually a legal ruling in bankruptcy. So they're saying, when is the tax debt for a year occurs? And they say that's January. So, you guys say payments are due in two, and everybody does two portions, two separate payments. But you're kind of paying in arrears, essentially 2025 is not due until October, and January, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all there for the year. So, maybe somebody will correct us on that. I'm saying until that, I want every dollar up till December 31st, 2025. Which I assume is on the tax bill already. They got a tax bill signed. Yours was 2025.
No, see, we don't run 2025 until October.
Okay.
Your taxes are on the year.
Like the R&R, that's what it's sent out.
So, okay. But they're due.
First has to in December.
Do you have any list determined or not?
No. That won't be till October, mid-October.
All right, I'm gonna have to look at that to make sure what I think it is.
So that's what I mean, if your tax sale happens to be in November and 2025 taxes are run, who's responsible for that?
Well, I think it's an all or nothing deal, meaning, I don't think it matters how you say to pay it. I think what matters is when is the tax due according to the statute? And like I said, I think those are due at January 1. Okay. So, but I need to review that authority, because I think you're right in the sense that But what I don't want to have happen is you guys having, I want your lien to be the current lien, not.
Well, so from what I'm hearing then, if the tax sale happens after October 1, then the 2025 taxes would be included in the tax sale because the taxes have been run and they're due on the property.
Yeah, well that's kind of the trick here, I think, is that I haven't thought through is, like I said, my understanding of the law is that the October date, just because you figured it, that date doesn't have any relevance to anything because that you still owe 2025. Now the question may be whether or not we can put that in the tax sale for any number of reasons that are statutory. But I think we will.
Which 2025 really isn't due until December
20th.
20th, the first half.
And that's the difference, because what they're talking about is when they send out the statements, and when people get those and say, I gotta pay my
It
tax.
depends on the date of tax sale.
Well,
But like I say, I guess that my thinking is that if the taxes have been run and the 2025 taxes have been run and you got your statement, they've been sent out, even though they're due the 25th or 20th of December, not 25th, even though they're due the 20th of December, since they have been run, since they are out there, since everybody knows what it is, those should be included in the total on the tax sale.
that's kind of the theory being is that, like I'm saying, if you're paying 2025 real estate taxes, the day that the January 1 of 2025, the clock started, 23 cents, whatever it is, per day, building up, right? And then when you say you have to pay it is a completely different question than when was it incurred and when was it owed, right? Because if somebody sells their property in July, the taxes for 2025, they don't have nobody's figured it up, nobody said anything, but they say in the contract, I'm responsible up to July 1 because that's the day of the transfer of the interest in the property. And then after that, the other people pay. So, however you cut it, there's a day where that stops for them and starts for the other owner. And we've got to figure out if this journal entry says that 2025 from January 1 to whenever.
Can we have the tax sale by the end of September?
That's all that went in.
No. That would be pushing it a little. But yeah, but again, I'm saying it probably wouldn't make, these folks aren't going to pay it. So all we're saying is we're adding on what it would be, and that way we have a good lien. And then ultimately, when either if somebody overbids you, you'll be able to give them title and they'll be current, including up to 2025.
And I guess they can protest the taxes too.
And if they have a problem with that, and the buyer has a problem with that, then we'll talk.
Just have to make that known before we begin the sale.
Well, I think that's part of the deal is that what's the complaint? Well, you told me exactly what the taxes were due on that date. Yeah, and we paid them, because otherwise we would have said up to the X date, these are the 2024 taxes, and there's still 2025 taxes due when you get your shares. And now you say we'll pay the other $400, $500 or whatever. Well, you didn't tell me when I bought it. So this will all hopefully be transparent about what they're getting.
So how many properties did we start off with when the process started here?
31. Well, in the lawsuit, it might be different than what you started off with in kind of informal.
There were like over 50, I think.
Yeah, now we're down to
50,
approximately
now we're down to
10.
16.
Yeah, I think the lawsuit had 28.
Now we're down to approximately 10, so we're doing good so far. Okay.
How many did you say you have left?
We're down to 16.
16.
with the 4 that we took off today?
Yes. Yes.
And it's all for people paying them off. Current.
All right.
Anything else?
Not on that.
Okay,
Okay. Thank
more
you.
stuff.
I'll work on that.
You can just give me 2 different ones if you want. Give you, I think I confirmed that this is the right number for up to 2024. That would be 2025.
Okay.
All right. But I guess I forgot one thing. You don't want to extend I'm assuming you don't want to extend any type of accommodation to Mr. Hobart.
I don't believe so,
Yeah, didn't think so. Okay, sorry.
because we've had a couple other letters same way, and we said no one knows, so.
So you do it to one, you're gonna get it to one.
Yeah. So that. Update, currently the planning commission has a final draft solar reg. They're sent to me to review, so I think they're having a meeting on the 28th to kind of maybe final sweep up. So I don't know if that's a work session, so they probably won't approve it then. I'm assuming we're really close on that, getting it formally approved by them, which will come up to you guys to approve.
Okay.
Or were they gonna have it open to the public at some point?
Yeah, it's gotta be, the change,
Before they approve it, if they would have to have a public comment session, yes.
yeah, we have the public hearing on the actual adoption portion. So before you see it, they have a full hearing. Public. Townships. I think we left it with the question of, well, I mean, we have a couple of people who are voted in as township representatives, figured out because of the road situation, they don't really have any power over roads. But there's still some things that they do. This is just to confirm that what happens is the state statute has on alcohol, on some cereal malt beverage licenses and some other licenses that the township has to approve. So there is a role for them in those things, and that would probably be very rare, but because it's a statutory thing, that means they have to exist to
Yeah.
do that. We can't, I mean, I suppose we could home rule, but I don't know if those are uniformly applicable, it seems to be. So there really isn't any way to get out of that. Let's see. There's consolidated township zoning boards, but I don't think that exists. I did not see anything in your guys' regs that gave townships any authority over the zoning. So there might be something just written in the regs that I could find, but as far as I can tell, there's no position for that unless you guys created the zoning board. So right now, from what I can tell, the only thing that the township guys would do would be to comply with state law on cereal malt beverage and liquor licenses, whatever they do. And just the fact of life, I guess. That they won't be doing a whole lot.
It has happened once or twice now.
So would that be like somebody wants to build a bar out in the middle of the pasture? Then the township would have to approve the cereal malt liquor license?
Yeah.
Before we did, or did we do it?
I think we do it and they approve it.
Okay, we do it, we approve the license and then they approve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's, maybe I'm assuming.
Township first?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
I don't know
there
what
was
I
some,
want to do.
I wish I could remember, I think they have townships or something at one time.
Yeah,
I
it says-
cannot remember what it was.
The application for license shall be made to the Board of County Commissioners in the county. Accept the application for license. The Board of County Commissioners shall not issue or renew a retailer's license without giving the clerk of the township for the business is located written notice by Irish mail. Township Board within 10 days filed advisory recommendations as to the granting of such license and renewal. Shall be considered by the board before such license is issued. So the application's to you, you send it to township, township says advisory recommendation, which is about as powerless as you can get. So,
All right.
unfortunately. I think that's my ongoing list of some quarter requests that we're working on. Okay, that's we'll get those out. No problem.
Anything else, Scott? What's Kurt coming in for damage? You might hang around for that. I don't know what he's got, so.
No problem. No hot dates.
All right. No depths?
Huh?
No depositions?
No depositions then. Did you find that resolution? We hold that up to the minimum maintenance road?
I was thinking we did. That was my thought.
That's where my mind went after I said it. You got it about the same time as the minimum maintenance road thing? and-
Yeah, but I thought that one was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Have we heard anything more about the floodplain building? Or is that just kind of a moot point right now that you're just sitting out there?
I I haven't heard anything more from that. That'd probably be Kate that's direct contact.
Okay.
So, if something there, then she probably knew before I would.
And I'm sure she will let us know if she heard anything, so. Oh, Bert, hey, how are you?
Excellent. I meant to be able to do it, but. We got lit for about 2 hours this morning, that was 2 hours to me.
Yeah.
If I can do it.
What you got for us?
This has been for a new trash trailer. We went with the, those self-dumping dumpsters. And while they work, for as much trash as we're going through out there, it's very time intensive. And I found a way to repurpose those. I've been looking to get one anyways for the new community building. So when people are done at the end of the night, we don't have anywhere for them to put the trash, and they're setting it outside. And it, you know, as long as we remember to get down there, you know, and get picked up. But we had, you know, we forgot one night, Coons got into it, made everything. But we
Coons like that.
yeah, oh, I love it. And so being able to repurpose that down there anyways, we need ones. These are the exact same trailers that we already have that have worked well for us for the last at least 3 years that we've had. And was just wanting to be able to replicate what we're already doing that's working well out there. And not have to, so the way it sits right now, you've got to have 2 people to do trash. So, which isn't always, because you've got to take our black dump trailer that we have and take it out there, and then you got someone come back, and then you got to take the skid steer out to be able to dump it into the black trailer. And you can take them all the way back up to but you know, them flopping around here. So it's a pretty time intensive process, and this would speed things up. And so there's 6 yards of trash out there right now between 2-3 yard dumpsters. So by doing that with the one I've got highlighted there, you know, that'll over double the capacity at 15 yards, and be able to. So it's one step smaller than the ones that we have at the other loops. So they've got 3 doors instead of 4. But I think that will. The nice thing about it is we won't have to do it every week. And so when we can go, you know, week and a half before we have to dump it, that allows us more time to be, you know, doing our other stuff around the park.
Okay.
On that. And
So you're just looking to purchase the one that is highlighted?
yes, sir.
Okay.
And it's kind of a niche market. There's not a lot. I mean, I've searched to try and find some other, you know, ones to provide, but I couldn't really come up with any other direct comparison that had the only other ones I could come up with had real heavy metal doors that were, when I called, they're like 150 pounds each. So it's pretty difficult to get open for the average consumer. You know?
Yeah.
So, plus these have worked well for us. They've given us very minimal issues that we've had for it allows us to more efficiently, you know, distribute and get, you know, stuff down to the order.
So by ordering through the environmental services Did
Well,
we spend on that, or?
No, the only reason we did that is, when I first started and, Scott was helping me out with that, and he was the one who found these for me, and he just went ahead and ordered them the first time, and then
you just
and I
transferred
just,
money?
right, and I just transferred money.
And you have 16?
Yeah.
6.5?
Oh,
Okay. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
I'd entertain a motion then.
So moved.
Okay, entertain our motion. Second, been moved and seconded to purchase a Protainer Proto 6-15 6-yard capacity, 6,000 yard capacity, right?
15 yard, 6,000 pound.
6,000 pounds. For $16,665. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carried. So you can just go with Christie and have her figure out how to transfer the money and do all that good stuff for you.
I can, they have me directly now,
Okay.
so, I mean, that's just for
Bid purposes.
purposes.
Okay,
Just-
perfect.
Since it was already in there, they didn't have me, yeah.
All right.
It'll come to me and I'll pay it.
Sounds good. All right, anything else?
Yeah, we got hit pretty bad farming works, real bad. Lost 50 acres on the south side.
Off in hay ground?
From,
Okay.
so we went ahead and got sprayed to, by the chance that, they're still there and there's any chance of getting some of it to come back. This is another piece that, I don't know if you were here when I had to replant some of this before. It's a piece that I don't get around to because it's, like I said, it's on the south side, tucked back in there, and I was like, I had heard reports that people had them, and I'm like, let's go check them. And I pulled in, I'm like, I didn't even pull in the whole field. So, the person that is leasing that great rumor, he was actually able to spray it. So that worked out. But I went back and checked another secluded piece that we don't get to, and there was 5 or 6 acres there that were already gone, so I had to go out and spray that one too. With them being here this early, I wouldn't doubt we're going to have to spray it again. There's a residual on it, so that's only like 2 years.
Yeah, they're getting close into their life cycles, hopefully.
Right, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we get hit again.
Okay, so explain to me, the 50 acres was leased out and the leasing sprayed it.
Yeah, it really was his responsibility, and
Well, that's what I was gonna question.
I mean, it's our responsibility to do it, but he went ahead and sprayed it, and I was like, well, I mean,
Is it his responsibility to fertilize it?
yeah. But there was an responsibility to fertilize it on the bromine, but, any spraying or anything done like that, we go through and, he sprayed it anyway, so we don't,
Sure, no, and I understand that, but just on that one portion. But it's not in the lease agreement that he takes care of any noxious weeds, any pests, anything like that? Is that in the lease agreement?
that probably, in the future should probably, I don't think there's any verbiage on that, and I kind of talked to a few other people and talked to my dad and leases us and stuff and how they handled it, and they just sit in and do always as a leaser, or have just taken care of if something like that.
Because I think that the city of Bolton out there at the lake, I think that from if I remember, so I looked at the lease agreement on that years ago, and I thought that was the leasing takes care of any spraying, any noxious weeds, anything out there.
No, and I think the going forward, that could be something we'll probably need to.
So I think
more clear verbiage, but to get this year, I don't want to.
No,
it needs to be straight done.
Yeah, this year's done.
Right.
But I think that would
going
be
forward next year, I want to revisit the leases. I think they're at a 3-year right now, possibly extending them to a 5-year lease. I think when you have a little longer lease, in my opinion, it gives the person who's leasing it more than wanting to spend, take care of it better, because they're getting it for a longer period of time, so they're gonna have more,
Is cash or is it prop share?
cash. Just cash.
So, we get paid whether or not they get a lot of day or no.
Well, this piece that right there, if they don't come back, we'll just have to,
Yeah, and that's what he
take that.
Yeah, well, I think that would be a smart thing to do, is to look into that language to put on the, leasing to,
And I think, granted, if you put them longer leases out, I don't think that's probably an issue
Yeah.
with, when they're in their last year of the lease and,
sure,
right now and everything. But my reason for bringing it up, one, is just let you know, and two, we got them in the campground bad. And they moved up in, and we've lost a lot of grass. So, and I don't want to replant that with brome. I just want to go back with a,
K31 or something.
yeah, just K31, but to do that, I've tried leveling some of it out with that land leveler that we have, and it just falls up. You need a soil conditioner and stuff like that, and we've got quite a bit of, probably 2 acres there that I'm going to put back into just a run-of-the-mill K31.
Right.
And to make it more manageable to mow, it's so rough. And so I'd like to be able to run over that with a soil conditioner and do that. And we've got some other, throughout the park that is just awful rough that I want to start doing with that. And the rental prices on those have went up quite a bit. And I don't know if you recall, we rented one there a while back, and it worked very well for our purposes out there, of being able to recondition rock on the pads and, take away ruts and just the stuff that land leveler wasn't quite as good at, because when you load it in time that and try and rip up the existing line, different stuff, and there's no moisture in the ground like there is now, it just leaves ruts, where that, and it just doesn't work quite as well. And so my thoughts are, I went out and got some bids for a soil conditioner, and then upon, your approval, of course, I would like to go ahead and sell that land leveler and purchase a soil conditioner to be able to, it would do everything. It's an all-in-one package, and would drastically reduce, what one of those would cost. And because I think so these are just some bids that I got on, and so this right here will just come over and it just pounds that ground and all of that hard soil, compacted soil, and creates. And then around the new building out there, we got such a good grass stand, and I think most of it was because we used this and created a good yeah. And we were able to. So this is the winning. That's their product. That's the best. And then this was the second, one here. But they did not have a real good photo up there. It was all videos, so I couldn't print them. But so this is the company that I've ordered, 2 attachments from already, and have very good luck with, as of being heavy duty, good warranty, and quick ship time. On because this is the company that we got our new snow platform last year, and they considerably beat everyone, as you can see every time. And with I would like to sell that land leveler on Purple Wave, make it work out for them.
What's it worth?
I think probably 3,500, 3,000, right around there.
So you'd be getting half money back
Right.
for this.
For this, and then be able to do twice as much with it.
Right.
And move the soil. And another thing that works very well at is on the beaches. We took it down there because some of it is as you know, they're not natural beaches, so they get compacted and hard, and we get, some of that grass that will grow up, and it kind of tears it up and buries it under. And it's something that I think Road and Bridge can greatly benefit too if they're redoing. Anytime they put culverts in or doing something to smooth out. That would be, because the thing that's nice about it is that you can tilt it one way or another. So if you want to be windrow, at the edge of the road, or bring it back in, or you've got just an area that's got some bad swells or divots in the rock. They're actually after renting one and seeing the possibilities within it, it's very useful tool for what could be used. And Pat was talking about wanting to replant some stuff that's hard in here at the courthouse this winter, and I said, I'd be more than happy to bring that in and tear that all up for them too.
Right.
With it. So I'm saying it can be used pretty well countywide. I mean, that's something that's a good tool to be able to, and I have it in my capital.
I was gonna say, you get your funds for it right now, and then that 3,500 just go back into your.
Yes, sir. Okay, it'll go right back in to replenish that. And I think it's a good use of time to be able to replenish some of the seeding that, and get some time, honestly. I mean, you know as well as anyone, to try and get grown in, get back up, it's a couple-year process.
Oh, yeah.
And easily. So not having that time and that, invested into something that is, it's rough out there. And that's why having such a nice mower is imperative out there for your back, for your.
Sold me.
Well, I'll entertain a motion.
Somebody,
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. I second to purchase from Jenkins Iron and Steel a soil conditioner attachment for $7,600. Any further discussion?
And if you wanted to add the upon sale of the.
Upon sale of the other land leveler,
Should be around,
$3,500.
Yeah, I think
somewhere
so.
in there.
And I got it bought long ago that I think, it actually will probably be able to sell it for more than what I paid for it.
Okay.
Because it's in great shape.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We've got a lot of work this fall, but I'm going to, Nicole Charlotte, get down, get a little work.
you hooked up to my thing.
We had a cancellation, but we were able to fill it right back up for Cedar Point, and then obviously we've got, able to fill in this.
Yeah.
But one nice thing we've had is we've been full in B, and so we've had some people that I've put at the end of the day that doesn't get booked very often, so we've kind of been using it as a temporary, for some linemen that are in, or not linemen, women that are doing that, so.
That seems to be a problem for everybody then.
Ah. Yeah, it's been. else, like this thing that we used it for last year too, that was really nice, was hitting the trails with it.
Oh,
And they get real grassy, you know, and then we can hit it with that chemical we've been using, and it's been working pretty good for us to keep them down.
Yeah, I know you were very impressed with what it did on the trail last.
Oh, yeah. And to be able to do that when you just hook onto it and when you're ready for it, I think it's and I think, like I said, you know, if there's any special projects at Road and Bridge or, you know, anyone else that's doing reseeding or gravel, it works phenomenal on it.
Okay. All right, thanks, sir. Yep, thank you. Just listen to it. There you go.
Me too.
I think you're good, buddy. You can come out split with it. I was out in
Metaphorically.
Well, if you get done with him, you can come help me too.
I thought, you know, usually I keep track. We were able to get those. They had the totes, those 250-gallon totes that they were used for the old tar, and so they would get returned one. I got my wheels returned. I was like, I can use these, and if we have to handle it so much less. And I keep track every how many totes it sells, so we have a general idea in that fall how much wood we need to cut. And we had the same amount cut last year that we sold the whole year, and here we are in August, and we sold all that already.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's, yep. And there are trees that are falling down anyways, and.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I was just out looking, I got a bunch of those I gotta cut up, so.
yeah, this is a little walnut and but,
Thank you, everything. All right, see you later, bud. Thanks.
They didn't tell Pat you just spent all his money.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Come on out. Come on out and grab a mower.
There you go.
You just gotta use that here, you can't use it in here.
I'll always ask for one. Whatever he was asking for.
What do you got?
Well, I'm looking into a mower. Ours is 8 years old, and I got a big old pile of oil that we cannot figure out where it's coming from.
Hydraulic, motor?
Motor.
No.
Sam cleaned it all up, and can't find it. He noticed it this spring when he did.
Yeah.
And just keep an eye on it, and yeah, I got it.
Okay.
We're about to the point where we haven't had one.
You still having the electrical issues with it? Got that one figured out and fixed. Yeah, I understand that, okay.
But I went to 2 different places and went to our water from Sam. Sam had one out there. It's a mid mount. I can only go 54 inches. And with trade in, he's gonna give me $5,500 for my mower and the old sweeper we don't use. And it's like $5,400.
You don't use a sweeper on the snow?
You just leave it slick.
Okay.
It's a thin layer down.
Yeah,
It's worse after we use it.
sure.
And I did get a quote from them on the one, but one's similar to one I have now. Same trade in, it's a smaller motor, but one's a 73 and he quoted me at 623. And it's about 7,000.
And are those grasshoppers or?
That one's a grasshopper, the first one's a husky. and and then the bigger tractor, which we have now, is the 727, same, everything is from, Tar Waters, it's like 12,000 with, 4,500 trade-in, but I ain't counting the
Room.
room. So, I mean, they're right online with each other.
Okay. Have you got a front deck right now, correct? Have you tried a mid-mount?
I've got one.
You got one? Okay, you happy with it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard some people say they've had a front mount, they don't want to go to a mid-mount, that they've tried it, it's just, so I just want to make sure that you're good with what you're getting, is what I'm saying.
Right. And trust me, I thought about that. But last time I mowed, I made a conscious effort, like, all right, where do I use the front mount?
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one little spot. And then if I go over here by the, west door, where your light is, you know, what go get up in there, but I can't get it all anyway.
Right.
And that one needs corners, but I'm still out. Which one we get?
Sure. Okay, well, and like I said, I just want to make sure that you're conscious of the difference in the mid-mount versus the front mount, and you're happy with what you're going to do, with what you want to do, so.
Yeah, me and Jerry, we've talked about it, and, we both know it. We need it anyway.
Yeah, well, and you're fairly level here too, so you're not crab crawling a ditch or anything like that, so that's my biggest issue on front mount versus mid mount on that, so.
Well, I mean, like, springtime, I go over here with these benches, all right, and swing around a tree, poke it in there.
So you might have to do a little more hand spin trimming rather than, okay. So which one are you recommending that you want to try? Do you have the money for it in your budget?
Yes.
Okay,
That is that.
I asked.
You told me you would. Yeah, I got them, but I'm still,
So you just kind of putting the bug in our ear right now, you're still deciding what you want to do,
or
or?
if I go with this, the next one, they don't have them on hand,
Okay,
and if we got one straight, it'd be like almost see
right.
where they.
But you would still honor all of the.
Yes.
So let's put it this way, you're going to put oil in every week or every time you mow. So you go out next time and start mowing and the engine blows up, is he still going to honor it if you have ordered it?
I don't know, I've never did that.
I think that I would ask that. Because unless he wants to supply us with a mower so that he can take it out right now. I think that I would look at that and say.
They found two up in Nebraska that he can ship down.
Okay.
Which we can get in a couple of days.
Okay, well, like I said, I think I would ask him that if you're still having to mow with that and keep up with that, if the engine blows tomorrow, are you still gonna honor the trade-in?
Yeah, because it's leaking bad.
Uh-huh.
I parked it outside on purpose one day, told Jerry to put it up. And he still had one little spot to mow because women like to park over the curb.
It's not just women.
It is all women except me and Jerry on this side, thank you. But there was nice little club.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go that way, I would make it, I would ask about that.
Okay. Good. I mean, I was worried with mid-mat with Jerry, trying to get in and out of it. They're not that hard. It isn't worth $2,000, not to get one.
Yeah. And what kind of warranty it's got on it?
I didn't ask on the grasshopper, but the Cub has a 5-year 1200.
Okay. All right.
And this one's just right at 600 hours. Oh, no, 8 years.
Okay.
I Alright, well,
So,
we're
find no questions out and then decide what you want.
Okay.
Come on back.
Alright, appreciate it.
Thanks, Pat.
This gotta work here. Lots of things that you might do with some of these grants, like that, Jim. That's $83,000.
I received an email a while back.
This one, they signed, so. So it's like those grants that.
That's the sheriff's department.
Yeah, they're like this, like, I think that's.
I thought she wasn't doing anything for them anymore. Didn't I hear that?
She still does diligence.
I thought I heard that she was not doing theirs anymore either, from what I understood. I thought that I heard that passing, I don't know.
That would make sense with the email I got, because I have an email that says we won't receive any funding until.
So when are you doing reports?
I'm going to assume maybe
On minutes. First page, the bottom paragraph, the bridge on 158 and H4 is the tribe's responsibility to maintain according to resolution 2004-17, and we determined that is not correct. It does not say anything in that resolution at all about the tribe maintaining that bridge. And I just went back and double checked, I just went back and read that resolution. That was what Scott had said, that we were responsible for one and they were responsible for the other one, but it actually doesn't say anything in the resolution about that. The memorandum of understanding spells out that we are responsible for one and nothing's said about the other bridge, so.
So I'm gonna put after further research, this is not believed to be true.
Yep. And then the second page. Down here we're discussing that road, that should be T road.
That's kind of,
And who's that?
bad.
And let's see, this one. Back over here on this page, chambers. Okay. And this is go ahead. Show her, change that, send it right here, because that was not the case.
Okay.
And that should be T road. Okay. Other than that, that was it. All right, has everybody read their minutes for August 11th, 2025? I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of August 11th, 2025 with corrections. Second, and properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of August 11th, 2025 with corrections. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You send them to us. I don't care.
This is from Lori Jensen from the Government Grants Program. It's on that J grant you just asked about.
Oh,
It said this message service notice is a special condition. The sub-grantee shall upload to the attachment tab of the grant portal the required current and next year fiscal agency budgets, with each budget inclusive of income revenue sources, and expenditures for the 25 Jackson solicitation instructions, due 1/14/2025, has not been received by the governor's grant program as of this date. The $83,840 reimbursement owed to the sub-grantee will not be issued until a special condition has been submitted or reviewed.
Well, and that needs to go to the sheriff's office, right?
yeah, we need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually version now, so they have.
And did you talk to Pat about the meeting on Wednesday? He hasn't been, okay, and it is a Patrick or Pat, it is a Pat Cordy, I'm assuming?
I'm assuming.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, like I said, I didn't know what it was gonna be about, so I signed up to come, so we'll see.
He has the division of water.
Yeah. FEMA flood plain, of course, FEMA should be around much longer anyways. All right. Do we have anything else? Christie? All right, everybody happy?
And my air conditioner is
House? You got a pool?
I'll just leave it.
What do you think about
Why
it?
not? All right.
Or they come in to fix it.
Yeah, really, it's working, so it's
There you go. All right, seeing as we have no further business before us today, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, it's been properly moved and seconded, we adjourn the meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carried, meeting adjourned. Perfect.